Hi Pisces, welcome to your love reading for January 2020. You did have two jumping cards, and these cards actually jumped 2 times for you. When they jumped the first time, I did put them back in the deck, but they actually jumped again together. So let me show you what they are. You had the Five of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So to me, looking at both of these cards, I feel like this is a message for those of you where you're really kind of tired of maybe what's going on in a relationship or in a marriage. I still see that in your love life in the month of January, because to me the Five of Swords, this is negative energy. This is like the devil. This can also be one thing that I was getting that I don't usually get from this card. This can be someone who's being very selfish. This can be someone who wants to kind of have things their way. Someone maybe who's asking you to stay kind of very committed in a relationship, and they're maybe not doing the same thing. But the Five of Swords does represent sabotage. Someone who makes very unwise decisions, and it could be maybe that you are tired and fed up and struggling in a relationship like this. So let's go ahead and put these back in. These were just jumping cards, and let's see what comes up for you for the month of January. This is a love reading for the sign of Pisces for January 2020. You have the Five of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. Seven of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. Ten of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. Six of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. Justice. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. Seven of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. Page of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. Queen of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Pisces for January. And the Six of Wands. What's the most important thing that Pisces needs to hear about their love life for January 2020? And you have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords would be an air sign. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. It can also represent your energy. I think I'm going to get, because I feel like I should get another card to confirm this, since it is a people card. So let me get another card. This can represent you or the person that you're involved with. What confirmation is there for the King of Swords? And the Ten of Pentacles. So for those of you where the air sign is the person that you're in love with, this is a very positive sign for you, because you do have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a card of stability, commitment, relationships, marriage. It can be that, there can still be a happy relationship with this person. If you're single, this can be someone coming into your life in the month of January. So let's go ahead and start at the top. If you would like a private reading with me, I'll put a link down below to my website, channelguidance.com. Okay, so you have the Five of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So, the Ten of Cups, this is what you want. This is a very happy and fulfilling relationship. This can even be marriage, children, everything that everyone is looking for. A happily ever after. But that's not what's going on here. I feel like the sign of Pisces is upset. The very first card is the Five of Cups. You see the woman here, kind of struggling. She's crying. This is a card of sadness, tears, regret. I do feel like something has happened to the sign of Pisces that is not fair to you. I'm already looking at the second row here. You have justice. Something is not fair. You've not been treated fairly by the person that you love. They very well could be deceit, because you have the Seven of Swords here. It doesn't always represent deceit. It could be that there's something you don't want to see, either about a marriage, because this is a marriage card, or something you don't want to see about a relationship. It could be, that maybe you're working against yourself by kind of making excuses for someone, because we did have the Five of Swords jump for you with the Ten of Wands, and they jumped 2 times, like I mentioned to you. So again, if you're dealing with a situation where you think someone is being unfaithful, that could be it, that there is kind of deceit here, but it can also be, kind of self-deceit. Maybe there's something you don't want to see about a relationship. Look at the second row. Maybe you don't want to see that, something is not fair to you, and maybe it's time to speak up, because you have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is saying it's really time for you to put your foot down with someone. Set boundaries. It's clear to me that for the sign of Pisces, like, someone's taking advantage of you. The Justice card next to the Seven of Wands. Nope. There is definitely someone who's taking advantage of you in some way. It's not going to be for everyone cheating, but like I said, you have the Five of Swords, and I don't always get this. With the Five of Swords, This is someone who is kind of playing dirty. It can be someone that's asking you to, kind of stay committed, be faithful to them, and they're not doing the same thing. Or they could be kind of playing dirty in some other way. Something is not fair to you. You could also be dealing with the sign of Libra here. But you're being told here, be firm. Speak up. Stand your ground with this person. It could be that you don't want to see this because you have the Seven of Swords. There can be a positive change with the Six of Swords here. You can have a much healthier relationship. Remember the main energy, which actually was a person, the King of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles. There is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And I had a confirmation pulled for it. And it's actually a very positive card of relationships, commitment, and stability. So there can still be a positive change here, but you do need to speak up. You should stand your ground. Let your voice be heard. Something is not fair to the sign of Pisces. And nothing's going to change unless you really speak up. Now your energy is here as the Queen of Cups. Now if the person that you love is also a water sign, this can also be them. You're being told here that things can still work out. You have the Six of Wands, victory. You can get past any obstacles that have been blocking you. But, you need to examine things very carefully with the Page of Pentacles. You're willing to study this, this relationship that you're in, or this marriage, or this person that you're involved with. Because there could be something that you don't want to see with the Seven of Swords. For some of you, yes, there can be something maybe that they're hiding from you. You've got two sixes here, Six of Swords, Six of Wands. Something is out of balance. Again, I feel like there's something where this person is taking advantage of you. Okay, let's get a few more. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces for their love life for January 2020? You've got the Six of Pentacles, so I just added another 6, so now there are 3. Again, the 6s represent balance and harmony. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces about their love life for January? Two of Pentacles. And Judgment. So like I said, the 6s represent balance and harmony. This is things out of balance. This is scattered energy. This is everything's up in the air. There's instability around the sign of Pisces. Yet you do have the Six of Pentacles, which means that you can still receive the relationship that you want. You can still get what you deserve, because I definitely don't see that right here. You're not getting what you deserve. And again, someone is, someone owes you this. Someone, needs to apologize, or someone needs to make things up to you. And it could be that, this could be happening in the month of January, because you do have Judgment here. And Judgment is, this is a relationship rising from the ashes. A relationship that looks like it was just, over and done, actually surviving and beating the odds. This is a new beginning in an existing relationship or marriage. It's just that maybe someone also needs to make a choice with the Two of Pentacles. But it doesn't mean that everything's very kind of scattered and uncertain, up in the air. I feel like for the sign of Pisces that you have to stand your ground and speak up, because there is some type of injustice around you. Okay, let's get a few more cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces for January 2020? You've got the Knight of Pentacles. Judgment again, so that's interesting. And the Fool. What's the most important thing that Pisces needs to hear about their love life for January 2020? The Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is actually already here. It was the first card that I pulled for you. Some of you could be, this is a very kind of sad, painful energy. Some of you might be dealing with a breakup, because the Five of Cups is a card of loss. You're hurting, and you can't shake off the pain. You keep reliving the same memories over and over. You're in a sense of mourning, and you're not able to just kind of move on and shake this off. You're dwelling on this. Could also be feeling really disappointed in someone, maybe someone who has let you down. So that's what I see there. Yet here, I feel like you're being told here that things will improve slowly. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Things will improve slow. This is slow progress. You have Judgment again. Here's one. Here's the other one. Same card, different deck. This is your repeat card. So this is the loudest message you will receive today. There will be a new beginning. A relationship will survive. A relationship will rise from the ashes. Or a marriage will survive, and a marriage will rise from the ashes. There will be a new beginning. Perhaps if you're single, you will find love again. That is your message for January. And you also have, the Fool. The Fool is telling you to take a giant leap of faith. And this could be maybe entrusting someone again and accepting someone's apology, which I see here. There could be an apology for the sign of Pisces. But it's like, there's a strong message here of like there will be a new beginning. You might be feeling really sad here because this is a repeat card as well. 5 of Cups 2 times. Sadness, tears, disappointment. Maybe you thought someone was the one and they have done something to let you down, something unfair, which I do see in this reading. I feel like the sign of Pisces has shed a few tears, but this is your repeat card, Judgment. There will be, although there have been tears, again, a repeat card, but there will be a second chance for you. There will be a new beginning. You do have to trust, though, with the Fool. You're going to have to trust your heart and your intuition. This could be in meeting somebody new if you're single. It can also be just forgiving someone and believing that they're going to change. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the X spread. Okay, Pisces, let's go ahead and see what is going on between you and your ex in January 2020. Pisces and their ex for the month of January 2020. You have the 8 of Cups. Pisces and their ex, January 2020. The High Priestess. Pisces and their ex, January. The Ace of Cups. Pisces and their ex for January 2020. 3 of Cups. Pisces and their ex for January. 9 of Cups. Pisces and their ex for January. Queen of Pentacles. Pisces and their ex for January 2020. 10 of Swords. Pisces and their ex for January. 6 of Cups. Pisces and their ex for January. 9 of Cups. I feel like for the sign of Pisces, the cards are pretty clear. Pretty crystal clear message that your ex definitely can return in the month of January. Let's go ahead and start at the top. You have the 8 of Cups, the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups. There is a new beginning here. And it's not just, the Ace of Cups. You've got the 3 of Cups. You've got the Knight of Cups. There's movement. Again, this is a spread for those of you where you've broken up. You've parted ways. Maybe you have zero communication with this person. Yet there is a new beginning here for you. There's a new opportunity to rekindle this relationship. I do feel like the cards are advising you right here to maybe look at the reasons why you parted ways. Because this is the goodbye card. This is someone who chose to move on, whether that's you or your ex. Again, you're being told trust your intuition. Like, do you think that your ex has changed? Do you think that you can be happy the second time around? Trust your intuition, because this really feels like this is a new beginning. They're offering you a new beginning. Again, just consider the reasons why you moved on or they moved on and see, what you get from that. Now, in the next row, we've got the 3 of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. So we've got an earth sign here, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. It can even be you if you have a moon or rising and an earth sign. There is movement here. We've got the Knight of Cups. This could be, an opportunity to get back together. Tying in with the Ace of Cups. Movement. Your relationship continuing to move forward. There is happiness here. There is celebration. This is you feeling on top of the world. So things can change for the sign of Pisces. I just feel like you need to really be careful, especially with that, reading that, the first spread that I did for you, where, there's, there's just something weird about that reading, especially with the 5 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. If this is like an ex where you've broken up over and over, just be careful. I do feel like something can happen in the month of January to really, have you feeling on top of the world. It could be that they call you, they text you. There's a new beginning here. There's an opportunity for movement. For this person to maybe try to woo you back, to win you back, to fight for you. You're going to have to decide, if this, is this what's best for me? Down here, there is painful energy. And yeah, you did have the 5 of Cups as a repeat card, but you also had Judgment as a repeat card. This can be maybe that there was, a betrayal in the relationship. Maybe there was just a lot of pain. Maybe it was a very painful breakup. But this is a card of someone who has not moved on. Someone has not moved on. And I feel for most of you that it is your ex. We've got the 6 of Cups here, which, this is someone from the past. Someone has not moved on from you. You may have zero contact with them, but someone has not moved on emotionally. And maybe they've not moved on with another person, because there can still be a lot of happiness here with the Nine of Cups. This is a wish being fulfilled. So if you're wondering, does my ex still think of me? I feel like they do. You know, does your ex want you back? I feel like, you know, they've not been able to move on mentally, because this is the Suit of Swords, the mind. But also, I mean, we have the Suit of Water here, and this does represent the past. There's still an emotional connection between your ex that has not yet quite been broken. Okay, so let's get a few more. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces about their ex for January 2020? Seven of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Ace of Wands. So I feel like this person, I mean, they're definitely thinking of you. But if you're not hearing from them, or you're not hearing anything about getting back together, this is why. Because, you know, they're looking at your relationship and maybe even a reunion, and they're not quite sure. They're trying to be very careful. Maybe they're trying to be careful that this is the right thing. Maybe they're trying to be careful that they can offer you the relationship that you want. This is someone that is weighing the pros and cons and trying to be very careful, you know, as far as their next move. And here is a relationship. This is stability. This could even be marriage, something long-term. And, you know, there can be a new beginning for you. So you've got a new beginning here, a new beginning here. This is a clean slate. Being able to start over from scratch. So for many of you, you can still have that with your ex. I just feel like you need to really kind of look at the reasons why you parted ways. Make sure this person truly has changed, or that they, you know, they truly want you back. Okay, let's get a few more from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Pisces about their ex for January 2020? Wow. So the Ace of Wands, which is a repeat card, because I just pulled it for you here. What other messages are there for Pisces for January? The High Priestess, which is also right here. And Justice, which you also had in the first spread. Pretty clear message, Pisces. There can definitely be an apology from the person that you love. There can definitely be an apology. This person could be trying to make things up to you. That could be, you know, what we're seeing here with the Knight of Cups and the Three of Cups. I see you being extremely happy. You know, there is movement around this person, because there could be an apology. They're trying to make things up to you. Because I did see in the first reading, I kept saying, I feel like something unfair has happened to you. Things have not been fair for the sign of Pisces. And now this comes up. You also have the Seven of Wands in the first spread, which means that, you know, someone has been walking all over you, just not being treating you fairly. And now this card is a repeat card, because I just pulled the Ace of Wands there. So there can be a new beginning. There definitely can be a clean slate between you. Again, you just need to look at the reasons why you parted ways and trust your intuition. High Priestess here, High Priestess here. You know, what is your intuition telling you about letting this person back in? I do feel like if you've broken up over and over because of that Five of Swords, Ten of Wands combination that kept jumping for you, then you have to be careful that you haven't taken them back before and then kind of regretted it. Because the Five of Swords is unwise decisions that come back to haunt you. And the Ten of Wands is, you know, kind of a heavy burden. Someone who's tired of trying. But for many of you, there will be a chance to, you know, to have something new, you know, with an ex. There can be a new beginning, a clean slate with this person. You've got a new beginning there, new beginning here, new beginning there. I feel like they're looking at this. If you're not hearing anything from this person, nothing, it's because they're taking their time. They want to be sure. Also, at the bottom of the deck, I mean, you had the spread, you had the Ten of Swords. I feel like they have not yet moved on. Even if you've heard they have moved on, maybe mentally they've not yet moved on from you, or emotionally, because the next card that was right beside it was the Six of Cups. The past is still with your ex here. There's still that emotional connection. This also is a soulmate energy. Let me get a few final messages for you. What final messages are there for the sign of Pisces as far as their ex for January 2020? Knight of Pentacles, let's put that there. Pisces and their ex for January 2020. The Moon and the Chariot. So yeah, when you're being told here, and I'm pretty sure Knight of Pentacles came up in the first spread. Knight of Pentacles is telling you that things may move really slowly, which, you know, I was already kind of thinking that here with the Seven of Pentacles, because this is someone who's taking their time making a decision because they want to be sure. So there can be, kind of slow progress as far as you and your ex reuniting, but it's definitely here with the Chariot. This is victory. Also, this is huge changes, big movement. And I just put this over the Earth sign here, Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But there is a lot of confusing energy with the Moon. It could be that there's a lot you don't know about this person. Maybe you don't know what they're going through. Maybe you don't really know the reasons that they left. You may not know the full story. Let me get, I know I said I was almost done, but let me get one final card for the Moon. What confirmation is there for the sign of Pisces for the Moon as far as their ex? Interesting. The Seven of Swords, because I know the Seven of Swords came up for you in the first spread. And the Seven of Swords is a card of deceit, and so is the Moon. So again, this is a general reading, so you have to think, how does this apply to me? And it could be maybe this person didn't want to break up with you to begin with. Maybe they did it for other reasons that you don't know, because the Moon is, very confusing. There are things you don't know, things that are hidden, but it also represents deceit, just like the Seven of Swords. What other confirmation is there for the sign of Pisces for this Moon and Seven of Swords? The Strength card. The Strength card is having the courage, the guts, self-confidence to move forward. So for some of you, it can be that looks are deceiving. Looks are deceiving, with the Moon. There can be, some, self-defeating behavior from your ex where they don't have the courage maybe to reach out to you. I feel like they're also being very careful, but the Strength card, this is someone that needs to kind of push back on their ego and maybe kind of, having the courage to speak up. Because I do feel here, they're not just still connected to you emotionally, they have not yet moved on. And some of them definitely do want to apologize here with the Justice card. Okay, Pisces, this has been your love reading for January 2020. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.